Hey guys, Woody the Unexceptional Gamer. Welcome to Feedback Friday, weekly series where I take your questions from Twitter and answer them. It's actually not Friday right now, not for me anyway. It's Wednesday. I made this one in advance because I am, as you're watching this, prepping for the Saturday subscriber meetup event. I'll link the video at the end of this so you can see it. Anyway, let's do Feedback Friday. Here we go. Woody, what's it like to be labeled as righteous or fatherly in the community? Is it restricting or flattering? It's both. It's totally both. Like, on one hand, it's very flattering. Like, people think very highly of me, and I like to think that I earn that, and I, take that responsibility really seriously. On the other hand, if anything happens that is not in line with like perfect sainthood, then, or even if it can just be misconstrued and rephrased as something that's more horrible than it was meant to be, then it provides people this like platform to fuss. And so on one hand, like, it's awesome. Like, I think it's neat that people think highly of me. On the other, you'll someday people will think highly of you, and you'll realize that it's a pretty tough standard to live up to. So that's how it is. I don't know that I'd change a thing. I feel like in this YouTube world, on a 6-sided die, I rolled like a 5. Or maybe something better than that. Like, I'm top 1% in the YouTube thing. You don't talk about what could be better. You're happy with what you got. But yeah, that's where hopefully I answered the question well. Let's do more. 2 related questions. What do you think about Call of Duty Ghosts? And why do you not like the teaser trailer for Call of Duty Ghost? Here's the thing. On the teaser trailer, I really wanted to learn more about the next COD. That was my thing. I already knew it was called Ghost. That cat's been out of the bag. Watch this epic hellstorm, by the way. That cat is out of the bag. We knew it was called Ghost. And we don't really know anything else that we didn't know aside from that. Like, they just what did they reveal? The release date? Maybe we knew that, and they revealed the title and the fact that people wear masks. GTFO, man. Like, that, it's almost frustrating how bad that teaser sucked, in my opinion. I'm looking for information about the game, and you gave me less than 0. You gave me nothing. I think I'm stupider for having watched that trailer. So yeah, like, I really was upset that the trailer revealed nothing. And I hope that Infinity Ward looks at that kind of effort in the future and does better. Like, in the old days, I remember when was it Modern Warfare 2 or 3 came out, they had this, like, pulsing green screen that looked like almost like a heartbeat type thing, and if you freeze framed it, you could like gather little hints of detail from it. That's a good teaser. That's how a teaser goes if you don't have any gameplay to show yet. That we can work with. But what they did here, just jackasses dressed like Indians and Indians and Roman warriors and stuff like that, that's not a teaser. That's just bullshit. And that was my opinion on the teaser trailer. Like, I sound like such a hater, I know that. But like, I wasn't just disappointed, I was mad. It was actively bad. I could have shot something better in my backyard with the kids. It was full-on bullshit, tell you nothing about the game. It did nothing to make me excited about the game. It was a fail in the grandest fail that a fail can fail. And there you have it. So that's what I thought about the teaser trailer. As far as what I think of the actual game, that's a different question. I don't know too much about the game. I've heard that it's going to take place in the future, but something happened so that the weapons are very reminiscent of what we have now. Sounds convenient. We'll see. I'll be looking very closely at what the game has to offer. I'll be looking super closely at what we can expect from this thing. I am psyched for the next COD just because I like almost all the CODs, and I spend a lot of time in them, and I have fun with my friends. But the trailer, it didn't do anything to make me more excited than I was before. The reason I'm psyched on the next COD is that I liked the last couple CODs, and I hope that the next one's fun too. But yeah, that's where that is. If you could cheat on Jackie without any repercussions, would you? No, I wouldn't. And it's not just the repercussions, which is kind of what your question implied. It's because of the bond, man. It's because of the secret. Like, I feel like intimacy is a shared secret between two people who care for each other. Like that's what the deal is. And when that secret becomes less exclusive, then it becomes worth less. That's my take on this thing. The reason that I wouldn't cheat on Jackie isn't just that, like, I don't want to hurt her feelings or I don't want to lose my family and, like the things that come with divorce. It's because I don't want to hurt my relationship. And even if she never knew, I would. And that's half the problem. Even if she had, I guess that's it. I would know. And I would think less of me. And I would think that, the sorts of things that she and I do together are no longer as bonding as they were before. And that's why I'm not a cheater. I've actually never been a cheater. Like, you can go all the way back to my kindergarten girlfriends, and you'll never find one who was wronged by me. Like, that's just not how I roll. But I don't know. That's that. Woody, do you think Infinity Ward will support esports in COD Ghost? I've been wondering about that too. So esports, especially COD esports, like professional gaming, has done way better this year. And I think in large part it was because Treyarch supported it. Like, the whole story is not a long one. David Vonderhaar, the top guy, he went to an MLG event. He fell in love with it. And then he made the next game support esports better than ever before. So there's COD casting built into it and all this cool stuff. And people got into it. People are interested in esports before. You watch these pros do their live streams, and they pull big numbers. They do fantastic, and that's cool. Traditionally, Infinity Ward has never supported esports very well. 2 years ago, Black Ops needed a small modification to run well on like syslink, like on a LAN, and they made it in like a day or two and had it pushed out in a week. They needed Infinity Ward to do the same mod, and they just never got it done. That was it. Like, it couldn't be. There were no esports. Like, you couldn't do it. Literally, whoever hosted the game would choose all the classes for every player. And sometimes, through no fault of your own, it would become impossible to join the game. So teams would have to play a man down or just restart all the time. It flat out didn't work in a LAN environment, which is essential for esports. And Infinity Ward wouldn't do a modification that took Treyarch a day or two. So now, the question is, next year, will they support it more? On one hand, I want to say, probably not. Like, they've got a terrible track record. On the other hand, when Black Ops 1 gets theater mode built into it, all of a sudden, Modern Warfare 3 gets theater mode built into it. They usually don't take giant steps backwards with regards to critical functionality. Of course they do with the scoreboard. They did it with the quality of the voice chat in like Modern Warfare 3. But in terms of like broad support for stuff like I couldn't kill this guy. In terms of broad support for stuff like esports, then I hope it's like theater mode, and it means that it's just too big of an enhancement to the game for them to overlook including it in the next version. So I don't have any inside info, but if I were to take a guess, I'd say they support it, but not as well. What do you like better, PS4 or Xbox 720? All right, based on rumored specs, they're almost identical in terms of CPU performance, in terms of GPU performance. We might expect slightly better graphics out of the PS4 because it has more memory bandwidth or faster RAM. It has DDR5 instead of DDR3. But they're pretty much identical machines based on the rumors that we've heard so far. And all that stuff is rumors and like developed machines that have been shipped out and stuff like that. On the other hand, based on experience, Microsoft does a far better job with the software. Like, if you look at the PS4, I feel like the PS3, it hasn't been updated as much as the Xbox has been updated over its life cycle. It doesn't have things like HBO Go. It doesn't have all these, like, it seems like the Xbox is constantly adding stuff to it. Does the PS3 have a YouTube player? Does it have Facebook integration? Does it have Twitter in it? Does it have all these, like, crazy things? Now, not all of these ideas were winners, but the fact is, oh, and by the way, of course, there's party chat across games. I think everybody wants that, but it'll be there next time, I'm sure. The thing I'm trying to say is Microsoft seems to have a track record of better software, but the PS4 is projected to have slightly better hardware, and it makes it tough to choose a winner. If I had to guess, this is going to upset people because I'm making a guess, but I would guess that the software advantages that come from Microsoft being better at software than Sony is will outdo the hardware advantages that Sony gets in by having faster memory. But we'll wait and see. Let the console wars begin.